let's begin with the very first problem of this YouTube channel and of the LeetCode. So this is the two sum problem. It is an LeetCode easy level problem that gets asked a lot in various companies. So what this problem says, it basically gives us an array of nums and a target. So we need to find index of two arrays, two elements such that the sum equals to the target. So for this case, it would be the first two elements, 2 plus 7 is equal to 9. So the answer here would be 0, comma 1. So this is the what this problem says. Let's see some input constraint here. The first input constraint is there could be exactly one solution. So what does that mean? So this means, let's say for this input, this is a valid input for the target, but let's say 1 comma 8. Now this is not a valid input for the target 9, since there are two solutions. 2 plus 7 is equal to 1 plus 8 is equal to 9. So this is not a valid input case scenario. And the second input constraint that is given is not to, this is for the solution itself, that we cannot use the same element twice as our answer. So what does that mean? Let's say we have an array of 2, 1 and 3, and our target is 4. So we can say that, let's say 0 and 0, where that means 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. This is not a right answer. The right answer here would be 1 comma 2, that is 1 plus 3 is equal to 4. So that is what is given in the question. So let's say we have to solve this. So the first solution that might come to most of the people's mind is the brute force. So basically what we will do is, let's say we will iterate from I is equal to 0 to length, okay, and iterate j from I plus 1 to length, okay. So what will happen, we will check that if the nums a of I plus a of j is equal to target. If it is so, so we will return the answer as I comma j. So what would be the time complexity of this solution? So the time complexity of this solution would be big O of n square, okay, and the space complexity would be a simple O of 1. So let's code it. So first let's save the length as nums dot length, and let's say 4 int I is equal to 0, I less than length I plus plus 4 int j is equal to 0, j less than length j plus plus. Okay, that's a mistake. If nums I plus nums j equal to target, return not j, else return null. Okay, let's see. Okay, it has passed all the input cases. Let's see if it passes. So it has passed the solution. It's on the slow end. Okay, that's expected. Okay, so you might have seen that I was doing a mistake. I is equal to 0. So can you pause for a second and think what was the possible mistake that we would have got? So the answer would be, let's say the array had this case scenario 2 1 3. So in this case, when was 0 and j was 0, we would have given the solution as 0 comma 0. So that was the solution if we had went from j is equal to 0 to length. So let's see, here we can see a follow-up as well, that can you come up with an algorithm that is less than n square time complexity? Hmm, the answer would be yes, we can do that. So we will be using the hashing approach. So basically what that would do is, let's say we have this again the same input. Now here, instead of going iterating it in a nested loop like this, we can store the value of its occurrence in a hash map. So what we will do is, like, we will store like 2 comma 0, 7 comma 1, 11 comma 2, 15 comma 3. Okay, so now when we will iterate from I is equal to 0 to length, we will see if the value of target minus the array of I, is it present in hash map. If it is so, we can return answer as I comma value of in hash map as I comma value of this target minus AI. That would be, what would the complexities of this solution? So the solution would have a complexity or time complexity of on, as well as the space complexity would rise up as O of n, because we are storing the index in the hash map. Okay, so how does it compare? Okay, we got better in the time complexity, but we got a little worse in the space complexity. Okay, so let's start the coding part. So first of all, let's remove this, and we have to create one hash map. Hash map. Okay. Map integer value index is equal to new hash map integer. That's it. Now when we are iterating through the value, let's save it in the hash map value index dot put I comma sorry nums of I comma I. This would have a key as the value of the, and in as a key, and value and index adds the value. Okay, now let's iterate it once again, less than length comma I plus plus. So here what we are doing, we will check if what is our search value. Let's say int search value, what we will searching in the hash map, search value is equal to the target minus nums of I. Okay, so if we will check if the value index contains key of our search value and value index dot get search value does not equals to I. Okay, if that's the case, then we got our answer here. New int I comma value index dot get search value. Okay, let's run it. Yes, as you can see, it has passed all the pretext. Let's see if it passed all the hidden cases as well. Yes, it has accepted, and it is also on the faster end. That's what we expected. So from here also one follow-up could come is like we are using two loops, right? Could we move it to a single loop? The answer is yes. So let's see how we can do that. So here what we are doing, we are saving this one, okay, that you remember from the example, and then we are searching from 1 to L. So what if, let's say, instead when we have searched till here, okay, so let's say we are going to the iteration, okay, so let's remove this all, and here we have 2, and we are searching in an empty hash map, okay, and we are searching for value. Let's say the target value was 9 and we are searching for 7. Since this is an empty hash map, so it will give a null, okay. So let's say now next time when we reach to 7, okay, we and after that since now we have saved this 2 and 0, we will search for 2. So when we are at 7, we will search for 2 and the value exists, right? So we would be able to find it. Similarly, if the, let's say the target was not 9 and the target was, let's say, 11 plus, let's say the target was 18, so here also we will not get. And now what we will do, we will save here as 7 comma 1, okay. Now will have 11 and we will search for 7 now, and we see that okay, 7 is there, so we will give that result. So this is what we are planning to do. How we can do it? Let's say we will just need to cut it from here and save it here and remove this, okay. So as you can see, now this will happen at every stage, okay. Let's run it and check it, okay, and let's submit it and check it for the hidden test cases. Yes, it got accepted in 4 milliseconds. Wow, that's really fast. Okay, now we can see that this one is redundant in nature. Let's pause for a second and think why. Okay, you might have guessed it right. Since the I value is yet not put, so this could not come. We are putting it after the search, right? This I value, and since the value is not put, and so it will never, this statement that was previously there would never be true, and it would never occur. Okay, let's submit and check it again. And as you can see, this has passed and it's almost at the same time, and it's a lot faster approach, right? So that's it, that's our solution. Hope it is, you are able to get it. And this might be a little tricky of merging the two loops into one. If you don't understand, you can play it again and let's see, and give it a time and try to do a few try runs. That would might also help in understanding this part of mixing two loops into one, merging two loops into one. Okay, okay, so this is the most optimal solution that you will see at most of the cases, but this solution still can have one more follow. That is, let's say we are using a map, right, for storing values. What if there are duplicate values like 2, 2 and 1? Will the solution still work? Yeah, of course it worked, so it will work. But why will it work? Why and how? Miss basically this, will not the second 2 override the first one? The answer is yes, but this will not affect the solution. Let me explain. Let's say this 2 to 1 is our value, and let's say the target is 3. So here the answer would be 2 plus 1 of the, that is the first 2, and the second 2 also. 2 plus 1, what would we get? 3. But this could not be a solution, because this could not be actually an input, because we have already been told that there could only exist one single solution, right? Exactly one solution. What if the value is like, then second course would be like 2 comma 2 and 1 only, but now the target is 4. So how will this work? Let's say when the first 2 come, the hash map would be empty, right? Like this. Now when the second 2 comes, the hash map would be 2 comma 0. And when now this second 2 come, we will be searching for 4 minus 2, that is 2, and there we will find, okay, a 2 exists as 2 comma 0. Okay, and this would be our solution, right? So this is how this would work even in case of duplicate entries in the array. So this is a good follow-up that most people get confused. Okay, from my experience, what I have seen. So as you can see, this is a tagged as an easy problem, but there are a lot of concept and lot of follows up. If you see that the original brute force, that was a really easy problem and the tag is quite correct for this, and that does not make sense why many company will ask. But if you see so many follow-ups, then this gives us an idea why the companies ask it so much. So hope I was able to explain the solution and all the follow-ups that might occur. And if you have any doubt, please let me know in the comment section. Thank you.